And to the courts now, Justice Inyang Ekwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed 29th August for judgment in a suit seeking to extradite a suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Abba Kyari, to the United States of America for trial in alleged internet fraud. The judge fixed the date after taking arguments for and against the suit by parties involved. Judiciary correspondent Celestine Area reports.
Mr. Kyari, whose arguments were presented by senior advocates of Nigeria, Nureni Jimo, asked the court to refuse the extradition request on the ground that he had committed no offense to warrant the federal government ferrying him to America. The suspended police chief informed the court that more than a year before his arrest, he had written to the Attorney General of the Federation and the Inspector General of Police, notifying them that he had opened a channel of communication with a suspected internet fraudster, Ramon Abbas. In the two letters tendered in court, Mr. Kyari explained that the purpose was to gain the confidence of the suspected fraudster and lure him to come to Nigeria, where an ambush was already laid for a sting operation by his own strike force. Besides, he informed the court that the American authorities once commended him for the commitment he was exhibiting in the battle against internet fraud. He further told the court that the wire fraud charge brought against him by the American government is not a known offense under the Extradition Act and therefore should not be allowed by the court to use to extradite him. But the federal government, represented by Paris Akuta, urged the court to discountenance the argument of the defendant. He said that conditions precedent for extradition have been met by the American government with the filing of the charge against Mr. Kyari and a formal application that he be brought to America to establish his guilt or innocence in his indictment for internet fraud.
January and March 2020, Abba Kyari had written a report. He had written a report on the progress he made in respect of his underlying investigation.
Justice Inyang Ekwo had granted Mr. Kyari the permission to file further evidence as to why he should not be extradited to the U.S. to face criminal charges of indictment of him by Ramon Abbas. The court adjourned to August 29 for judgment. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.